A Shalom, Kahala, Yahabash, Yahushai, Bashman, Hakadash, the ones apostles of great millstone, and Shalom, two brothers in the highways and byways doing the works of sincerely faithfully, and continually fighting that good fight of faith, Lord, when we are found in that number. All right, so a couple quick articles. I want to bring out some news and prophecies, and this one's from the New York Times, and this is dated, I believe, June 1st, 2021. It says, with homicides rising, cities brace for a violent summer. All right. And that's going to be worldwide. This just isn't going to be in the state of New York. It's going to be worldwide. And no matter, and depending upon, what the Lord brings to the table, it could be extremely bad. Let the dollar collapse this summer. All right. Let there be more of a food shortage. All right. These are some of the things that are going to be on the agenda for tonight's lesson. The violence, amongst the people, the food shortage, and then the games and gimmicks that Esau pushes to get you to comply, with his nonsense. Okay? So it says homicide rates in large cities were up more than 30% on an average last year, and up another 24% for the beginning of this year, according to criminologists. All right. So the crime has been, skyrocketing through the roof. And it just goes to show you how unsteady, this society is. It goes to show you how unsteady mankind is right now. Okay. These things that are starting to unfold are prophetic. These things that are starting to unfold are, a sight to behold. And it's a beautiful time that we're living in, because these things that we speak, these things that we read, the prophecies, the prophets, the servants, everything is right now being put together with beautiful chemistry. Now, to those who are outside of the circle, they're going to be in terrible fear, man. You're going to be in terrible fear, not knowing, because you haven't been blessed with the eye salve to know the time that we're living in. As the scripture says, measure the time diligently. And by measuring the time, you understand, what's about to go down or what's about to happen. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. All right. Now we're coming into that summer, that violent summer. And not to mention, the heat index is through the roof. Excuse me. There's heat waves all throughout the country right now. That also going to couple with the mindset of people. When it's hot like that, people go crazy, man. All right. So a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. And this is exactly what's happening, right? This is exactly what the prophecy said. And a lot of people can't figure it out and don't understand why it's happening. Well, it's happening because of prophecy. This is what the Lord put forth, man, in the last days here. Okay? Prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. Beautiful. And just give you a little insight of it says, the upbeat mood at an album release party at Almuma Banquet Hall in Miami-Dade County was shattered when 3 men in ski masks jumped out of a stolen white Nissan SUV and fired randomly into the crowd early Sunday. Okay? Now, once again, when you can jump out of a truck and just start shooting into a crowd, you just don't give a damn. You do not give a damn for anybody. Anybody live, you don't know if you're shooting up mothers, fathers, kids. You don't care, man. And nor should you. Because if the Lord puts a spirit on you to fulfill his will, then that's what you're going to do. You ain't going to jump out the car, shoot about 20 shots, and jump back in the car and be like, damn, let me go and just turn myself in because I don't feel right. No. Man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? So if you're one of these individuals who jumped out the car and just shot randomly into a crowd of people, you've been programmed to do that. You know? And once again, the average person isn't going to understand this. You know? So being in the spirit, man, is a whole different, it's on a whole different level than just being an average, person in the world. An average person in the world is going to have many questions. Why? What's going on? What's happening? But a man who's in the spirit of understanding is going to be like, whoa, that's prophecy. This is coming to pass. Okay? And this is exactly what we're doing here. Speaking about the prophecies that are coming to pass. Matthew 24:12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right? The old saying says, he was murdered in cold blood. Or it was a cold-blooded murder. Okay? Meaning the person who did the murdering or the shooting, what have you, was cold. All right? So the love of many is going to wax cold. And what we just read about, 3 men jumping out of an SUV, this shit's going to be a daily occurrence, man. It's going to get so bad out here, you ain't going to be able to walk the streets, man. Just random shots being, shot and fired throughout the neighborhoods and throughout the cities. When you had those DC snipers, they had the whole world shook up. People were afraid to walk out their house. And that was because one sniper. Can you imagine 14, 15? People laying up in the cut with guns, willing to take any and everything out that moves. Bad times are coming, man. Evil times. And just know this with a surety that it is all by the hand of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We've been telling you and telling you, whether you're here for a bit, it doesn't matter to us. Okay? All right, so from there, another prophecy that's, coming right around the corner is hunger, the food shortages. All right? All these things coupled together. Now, at some point in time in history, and I'm not going too far back in history, you had hunger, you had, disputes amongst the people. You had all these things. But now more than ever, all these things are happening simultaneously. You see? Now check the caption on here. It says, hunger strikes black families harder. Why? Because you're Israelites. That's why it strikes you harder, because you're Israelites. Okay? Now, being in the know, we understand that this equates to so-called Native Americans, so-called Puerto Ricans, all the Latin tribes. That's when we read hunger strikes black families harder. We look at that as a nation of people, not just the so-called group of people. Now, once again, outside of the circle, you're going to read that and be like, oh, see, that's only black people. Puerto Rican people ain't hungry, you know? So once again, it's a blessing to be rolling in the spirit of understanding, because, you know, the the internal eye is open, the doors are unlocked, and now you can see these things fully, you know? You can see it fully and clearly, as opposed to people in the world, they just see a one-dimensional situation. All right? But be that as it may, it's going to hit you Israelites first. And it says black families face hunger challenges for far more often than white families do because of the communities they live in, the social class they let me put my glasses on. Hold on, brothers. That shit is tiny. It says because of the communities they live in the social class they may fall into, financial struggles, and the environmental they live in. According to the Harvard in 2020, nearly 4 in 10 black families face food insecurities during the pandemic. All right, so that, just like I said, that equates to all Israelites. You know, and down here it says, "Give relief now." So you black people, Native Americans, you Israelites, you become a welfare, recipient, so to say. You know, it says 39% of black households with children are currently food insecure. Excuse me. It says anyway, but be it as it may, that food shortage is just going right through the children of Israel. Why? Because we're coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. The Lord is putting it on us, man. The Lord's gonna put it on Israel. You better wake up and repent, so that the Lord doesn't strike you too goddamn hard. The Lord is about to make that move. You know. This is Second Ezra 6, 6:22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown; the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." All right, because Jake is a I'm gonna get it now type of person, man. That's our people. You know, they don't think about the long haul. They don't think about you know, the ability to prepare, if you will. So therefore, because they don't think of those things, they're gonna get hit the hardest, man. They're gonna get hit harder than most groups of people out there. Esau, he's a preparing fool, man. He'll stock up on guns, ammunition, food, water, build all kind, dig in the ground deep as he can possibly dig, you know, and prepare himself for the times that are coming. And there's no doubt that the people in the world sense, because it's the spirit that the Lord has put out there in the world. People sense it, man. This is why you've seen all these shows, survival shows, how to live off the land, you know, you know, how to start a fire, all these things that are going to be a necessity when the fall and the collapse of the society goes down. Right? And because the people have not the people in America right now, throughout the world, have really not experienced anything like that to that magnitude, they're gonna be really fucking shocked. They're gonna be really shocked and afraid, because they're not gonna know when their next meal's coming from, or when the next drop of water is gonna be, swallowed. And when we go back to read again, 2 Kings 15, from the top again, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of lack of bread, and for great tribulation." All right? Now, this is what we're talking about. The lack of bread, the lack of food, and great tribulation. So it's just gonna be, all out, hell going on. And once, you would think that, it's gonna last a couple weeks. It's gonna be over. The government's gonna step in. Listen, the government's gonna disappear on your ass. Okay? They're not going to be out there to help you. They're gonna be out there to take your life. Okay? They're gonna be out there to make sure that if you are not in compliance with what their demands are, then you will be put to death, man. You will be put to death. And there's no doubt about that. All right? You like I said earlier, you have just average, if you will, average everyday citizens, starting to wake up to the fact that, the foundation is unstable. Even at the job, you hear, that was talking about, oh yeah, we think we're gonna start preparing, or start, storing up water and stuff like that. It's like they don't really have an understanding why, but they're catching wind of certain things that are happening in different parts and different regions of the world. And what's one to say? What if it comes here? Well, it's gonna come here, and it's gonna come here hard. All right? And no matter what you people stock up, you are not going to get the chance to enjoy what you put away for later bad times. All right? But once again, for lack of bread and for great tribulation, all hell's gonna break loose. And we love it because you have these heathens running around talking about how much they got stocked up and what they're doing, what their plans are, just publicizing. All right? And the Lord said, "My servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry." So whatever you people stock up and start to, stockpile, you're stockpiling that for the men of the Lord. All right? So keep doing a good job. We ain't worried about all this, man. And when you start to engage in, wherever you may be, and of course being in the spirit, you sometimes throw a couple things out there to see how people bite on. And one of the first questions they'll ask you is, well, what are you going to do? What about you? What are you going to do? Well, don't worry about what I'm going to do. Don't worry about what we're going to do. I'll tell you what, we're not going to do what you're going to do. Crying and howling, weeping, vexation of spirit. You just, seeing your children dead, hungry, pleading. And that's when a lot of people are just going to fall victim, man. Fall victim to the demands of what the king of Babylon wants. Once you start seeing your kids go hungry, man, your family go hungry, you have a whole different mindset. Okay, I'll do it. Whatever you want me to do, just give the kids some food. And that's why the scripture says, make not haste in time of trouble. Just trust in the Lord. Just trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And may he bring these little morsels of food to you during tribulation time, during some troublesome times. You know, may he have you wandering out in the woods somewhere, and you come across a little stream or something. You know, you don't. Yeah, yeah. You know what? You people ain't gonna realize until it falls in your head, basically. All right. What else we got here? So the last little thing I want to get to, I spoke about the games and gimmicks about what Esau likes to do. All right. So here in the state of Massachusetts, and I believe it's following suit after a few other states, primarily Ohio, I believe it is. And it says, the Commonwealth launches mass Vax Millions vaccine lottery program. All right. So I'm gonna say this to YouTube trolls, whoever you are. This is just information being brought out that's already out there. All right. It's a little disclaimer, because Esau likes to take down my pages at the mere mention of anything. All right. So I don't want to hear no nonsense about, I went against the advice of the professional. I ain't going against the goddamn thing. This is information that's out there, and I'm bringing it out. All right. So it says, prize includes 5 $1 million winners, 5 college scholarships. All right. But this is one of the things I had made mention at the top of the lesson. Some of the things that they're going to do to get you to feel comfortable. Okay. Now, back probably about 40 years ago. Yeah, I say about 40 years ago. $1 million, man, was a hell of a lot of money. Back 40 years ago. All right. Fast forwarding 40 years now. $1 million ain't gonna get you shit, man. It ain't gonna get you a goddamn thing. And do you think you're gonna get all $1 million of that? Hell no. They're gonna tax you. Okay, and then you have to pay the taxes on that. And that $1 million is gonna put you in a different tax bracket when it comes time to file your taxes. So you may owe more than what you could have ever expected. All right? But staying focused on the issue at hand is the gimmick that they're putting out there. Let's read it. Let's read a little bit of it. It says, Boston. Today, the Baker Paluto administration Treasurer Deborah B. Goldberg in the Massachusetts State Lottery announces the Massachusetts Vax-A-Millions giveaway for residents who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Okay? So you have to be fully vaccinated. Now, you can just play the everyday lottery, and your chances are still going to be the same. Okay, so let's read on. It says, fully vaccinated residents 18 and older will have the opportunity to enter to win of 5 $1 million cash prizes. Fully vaccinated residents between 12 years old and 17 years of age may enter for the chance to win one of 5 $300,000 scholarship grants. Okay, so once again, by the time a 12-year-old gets to college, well, when we out of here, and this place has been long gone and destroyed. Okay, but by the time he gets to college, if it goes that far, $300,000 ain't gonna get you much college education, man. So they're not really fooling anybody, but the numbers sure look good on the outset, especially to people who are downtrodden, poverty stricken, looking for the fast way to to get out of debt. And now I had read a little bit on Ohio, Max Millions, and their turnouts are going through the roof now that they're offering this little program. Let's keep reading. It says, eligible residents will be able to enter the drawing beginning July 1st. Drawings will be held once a week for 5 weeks, beginning the week of Monday, July 26th, and continuing through the week ending Friday, August 27th. Now, there's a point I want to get to. Let me see if I can find it. They make mention of the amount of people. I feel I can't find it. But anyway, in this article, it may have been a different article I was reading, but be that as it may, Massachusetts ranks the highest for having the most vaccinated people in the state throughout the country. Okay? So now, with this little incentive, they like to sweeten the pot. You may very well get a whole bunch of people just deciding to what? Let me go get, fully vaccinated because I want to have an opportunity to win that money. All right? So you're hoping and praying to win something that's about to be obsolete. Ain't that a trip? Let's say you win $1 million and 2 weeks later they crash the dollar. Gotta be ready, man. Gotta be ready. You gotta understand what the hell's going on around here. You have to understand what's going on. Because if you don't, you're gonna get caught out there. Okay? Ecclesiastes 7:7, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Right? Because, being in the faith, man, being in the truth, you tend to really just get hot under the collar, man, for all the wickedness that is going down, and for the mere fact that they keep pushing it and pushing nothing but wickedness and lies, man. Okay? And to the ones, and it says, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Right. This whole $1 million thing is going to really corrupt a lot of people's minds, man. They're going to think themselves to be, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I got nothing to lose. You may look at your neighbors, and your neighbors may be, throwing their hat in the ring to try to win that money. Okay? But it's all a setup, man. The chances of you winning the regular lottery, period, is slim. Like I said, there was an article that I read, and it was speaking about the number of people in Massachusetts that have already been fully vaccinated. And they're right there. They're right there, man. Their numbers are way up. But once again, I just want to that little disclaimer, to your YouTube, trollers, if you will. This is just an informational video. All right. This video and this information I'm bringing out is not going against any CDC or health organization. Stop cutting my damn pages down. All right, but be it as it may, I'm gonna leave it right there. There's gonna be another tactic, especially when it comes to implement that RFID microchip. What do you think they're gonna offer you then? All right. So Lord willing, I'll stay in tune. I say shalom.